皆さんこんにちは、ヒゲさんです。今回は藤井風の英語の面接リアクションします。So I am very excited to check out an interview done all in English by Fujii Kaze. As you may know, if you follow my new channel, I did a full album reaction to Fujii Kaze's newest album, Prema. And after going through some drama after uploading that video, I think the video finally got unblocked. So you may be able to check it out now. I have to double check. Maybe they blocked it again because that's what happened last time. So if you haven't checked that video out, please do. But I believe that's his first album sang only in English. I don't know if he sang other songs before in English in his previous albums, but for him, this was a very big milestone for him being able to finally put out music in English and really gain traction in an international audience. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out his full interview that he did only in English. And I'm very curious to find out a little bit more about him. I don't know exactly what they're going to be talking about in this video. I just know they're going to probably talk about his new album and the making of it. But I'm very curious to hear how he will be able to respond and hear in English in a normal conversation setting. Because when it came to his new album, he sang in English very well. And I'll probably put it in the title, but if you still don't know, Hige-san is an English teacher in Japan. So I am qualified to check out his English. But enough with the jokes, let's get on with the video. Channel登録してね.
Hopefully I can make one more English album. Definitely, yeah. Because only 9 tracks is kind of sad.
Oh, I don't think so. 9 tracks is pretty good.
Hi, I'm Rianne Daly, and I'm joined by Fujii
Vibing
Kaze, the
song.
latest in
I didn't
Enemies
think
in
I was going to do music
Conversation
reaction
series.
too.
Hi Kaze, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great.
Damn,
thank
so
you.
cheerful.
Welcome to London.
Oh, they're in London.
2 shows here the last couple of days. How were they for you?
Yeah, I love the people, I love the city, I love the venue. It's so like old-fashioned and vintage. I love that. I still trying to figure out how to perform. Like I still don't know what to do on stage, but yeah, I tried my best, and yeah, people were so lovely. So yeah.
You seemed very comfortable on stage last night. It didn't seem like you didn't know what to do.
No. I tried to, look.
His English pronunciation is very good, by the way.
And everything, but yeah, inside I'm kind of panicking or something. Yeah.
During the set, you were covering Amy Winehouse's "Love Is a Losing Game."
Yes.
Why did you choose to cover that song? What does it mean to you?
Oh, I didn't know he covered that song.
Yeah, like it's very London. Yeah, I really admire her, and I really love her works. Yeah, she only has 2 albums. I love all of her music, and especially I love that song. I'm really happy to perform the song in London, especially. And Amy Winehouse has a live recording album in that venue, so it's crazy. Yeah.
Were you thinking about that when you were performing the song last night?
No, it was nerve-wracking.
It must be amazing to be able to perform.
I think I am so brave.
One of your favorite songs in a live setting.
Definitely.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
But you pulled it off, so it's all fine.
Thank you. I tried. Yeah.
You once told a friend that you were going to focus on making it in Japan until your late 20s, and then you would come overseas after that.
Oh wow! Yeah, how do you know that?
The research. But going overseas did kind of start a little bit earlier for you with the success of Shinanoga Iwa in 2022. What was the experience of that song kind of going viral unexpectedly like for you?
Such a good song.
Yeah, it was so unexpected. Yeah, I didn't care much about like TikTok or short kind of contents before, but yeah, I realized how big it can be, that platform can be, or for the music business as well, and so unexpected, and yeah, it's like all sudden blessings from God or something.
Yeah. It brought you a lot of positive things, but I also read that it brought you kind of a lot of confusion as well. In
I
terms
noticed
of,
a little
what
thing
you wanted
about
to do
his
next, or whether you
English
should even
speaking.
continue as an artist.
Yeah.
But I don't know
What was it
if
about
that's
that
his way of
experience that kind of left
talking.
you feeling so lost?
But he's
I
being
don't
very
know, like,
careful about
already
what he's saying.
released 2 full-length
I'm thinking it's
albums,
probably his vibe.
and I felt like
I need to check out a Japanese interview.
I could say
Maybe that will
everything
answer my
I
question.
wanted to say
Or you
at
can tell
the
me in the
time,
comment section.
especially in Japanese. And yeah, I'm totally lost. And what is the next step, next chapter for me as an artist? I didn't know, because I'm kind of satisfied with what I have done. I always think it's important to feel satisfied and content all the time, but it can be tricky sometimes for the career or start a new thing or something. Yeah.
What made you decide to continue then, and what made you kind of want to keep going and do something else and make eventually Prema?
Like, thankfully I got opportunity to make a new song for the sports or basketball team. Yeah, that helped me a lot, because I like it was like life told me, oh, you still got to do something, or there is still something you can do. The opportunity or the offer to write a song helped me a lot, to continue as an artist. Because without that kind of offer, I wouldn't know what to do. So
on I Need You Back, one of the songs
Like
on
the
Prema,
answer.
you sing about apathy and passion dying. Does that kind of connect to where you were when you were feeling lost and not knowing what to do next?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very clear and honest on that song. It's very I was I was very kind of indifferent. I simply lost all of my passion or energy. So I try to figure out the way to bring it back to me. So, and that I Need You Back lyrics,
I feel like a lot of artists go through this kind of phase.
Reflects that kind of states of mind.
What was that like when you lost the passion and you lost the energy? Was it kind of scary for you, like not knowing if you would continue to be a musician?
It wasn't even scary. It made me think, like, contentment or satisfaction can be sometimes tricky. I've always been happy with my career and
I really like
everything.
his sentence
That
choices
kind of
too.
happiness
They're not
my
basic.
passion away.
Like they have a lot of
real, but
depthness to them as well.
Prema is your first English language album, and you've spoken before about kind of wanting to try and make music in English being something of like unfinished business for you, or like something you want to fulfill before you die. What's so exciting to you about the idea of making music in English? Why did you really want to try and do that?
I don't know, I simply grew up with all of the English songs, so how nice it could be to write
I wonder what kind of music
in English
he
and
listened
release
to in
an
English.
album fully in English.
We know Amy
making
Winehouse.
English songs and making an English
mentioned
album
earlier.
itself was like my dream. So but I almost forgot about that because of all of the kind of chaotic situation and all of the people around me, or all of the environments reminded me that I still got something to do with my life. So,
in terms of writing in English versus writing in Japanese, what's the feeling of like writing in a language that isn't your native one?
I'm just being
and how does
picky.
that kind of, I guess,
He's like
open
playing
up
with
new
his
ideas or things
little
for you to
strings
explore
too.
that you maybe wouldn't think of in Japanese?
I can be more simple and clean when I even think in English.
I mean, it has nothing to do with English,
And
or
I
it could
love
be.
the
I don't know.
feeling because
Maybe he's
I
just a
want-
little bit
I
nervous
want to
because
be a
he's
simple
doing an interview in
person,
English.
and I want my song to be simple and clean, not very complicated. And yeah, writing and thinking in English makes me make my vision kind of clear. And I also wanted to know what other people would write to my melody or something.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about that, so I want to try to write my music with someone else.
Yeah, and you did work with other people on this album, like A.G. Cook.
It's interesting how he mentioned that he wanted to make his new album.
What was your experience like working with
Just
them?
pretty straightforward and not
No,
complicated.
thank God, they're also
And I kind of did get that a little bit
chill
from the
and
lyrics.
peaceful, so very easy.
If I remember, I'll talk
It was
about
very
it a little
easy
bit
process.
after the video.
It went so smoothly. Everything, yeah, like especially the production process. I wanted to get involved with my music deeper than ever before. So it felt like
Was he not that
we
involved in his
created together.
previous work?
Not completely leave it to them or anything. Yeah.
In the past, would you not share your opinions so much with the producers?
No,
okay.
actually, but I sometimes compromised or
Yeah.
like because the producer is more experienced, and I've always been a part of every creation.
Yeah.
But this time, I feel like I had a more like deeper connection with all of my music and a lot more responsibility as well.
How did that feeling of responsibility kind of change, I guess, how much attention to detail you were putting into the music, I guess?
I made all of the judgment or decision and about all of my details, from every instrument to even the cover art of the album. My previous album's cover was shot in studio. I wanted to shoot this cover of this album in my own house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because this album
I wonder what they thought
felt
about
so
that.
close to me.
The producers, I
like,
mean,
way
when he said,
closer
I want to
than
shoot
before,
the album
luckily.
cover in my house.
And yeah, I wanted
They're
wanted
probably like,
them to feel
definitely.
the same way. So yeah, I wanted to take a picture at my house. And yeah.
Musically, Prema sounds very 80s. There's some New Jack Swing in there, some disco, some like 80s synth pop. How did the sounds of the 80s and artists from that decade inspire this album?
Oh, I love the passion.
Ooh, I like
that
this question.
era had. I feel like they're always trying to do something new and something innovative. Look at Michael Jackson music video, Madonna's music videos. Yeah, they're so
right there, Michael
creative
Jackson.
and full of
I haven't heard much of
passion
Madonna
for
before, though.
the art and creativity, and I love to bring that kind of feeling back to this era. I really love the energy and passion that 80s music has, or 80s art has. So I felt like I needed that kind of energy to continue as an artist, to make another album. So
Yeah. You've said before that you felt
It's
like
a really
you
good
had
choice.
to be kind of cool and on the cutting edge of your music in the past. Why did you feel like that at that time?
I don't know, because I feel like my writing style is kind of old-fashioned. I create all of my music with the piano, and I am influenced by a lot of older kind of music. Like sometimes it can be 1930s jazz or something, or 1960s Japanese old pops or something. So I wanted to mix that kind of old-fashioned style of writing with a kind of cutting edge production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to mix that kind of feel. But I already did that kind of thing with my previous 2 albums. So I wanted to, show some respect for the kind of nostalgic vibes and 80s vibes, 90s vibes that I've always been admired.
Prior to Prema, you had never made a song from scratch with another writer,
you could really
another
get that kind of
producer,
feeling
musician.
from his Prema album.
What was your experience of that process like, going into the studio with someone else and building something out of nothing?
Yeah, Hachiko is one example of that. Yeah, Hachiko is the only one song that I worked with from scratch with another people.
I just
I'm
playing
now
the song
feeling
in my
like
head.
I have
And the
to
video
do
too.
that more often because it gave me some very unexpected kind of ideas. So I want to be more flexible and open to challenge, open to do something new and something challenging. And Hachiko
interesting. He went back and tried to make his sentence a little bit more
thought about
detailed.
Putting
it's pretty cool.
A little bit of Japanese into my
his English is like
songs.
Just phenomenal, anyways.
Brilliant idea, and it kind of
I'm supposed to be kind of critiquing his English, but I'm just so invested in his story and explaining about his music.
Thankful for that kind of opportunity.
Yeah, that idea came from Tobias Jesso Jr. when you first started writing the song. And then you finished the song off by yourself, I think, later on after watching the film about Hachiko the dog.
Exactly.
How did the film kind of help you finish writing the lyrics for that song?
Yeah, I kind of very impressed by they met finally each other in heaven or something. So I rather like to focus on that kind of positive and peaceful side of the story. I want this song to feel like we finally met each other and we can do anything from now on. You and me together finally, and we can conquer everything or that kind of
this is really interesting, like the thought process of writing that song.
Type of feeling.
Yeah,
I wanted to emphasize that.
The song is also a message to your fans and kind of a thank you to them for waiting for you. What does it mean to you that so many people have been kind of waiting for you for 3 years for new music, or a new album, I mean?
My fans are so patient.
What was that?
Yeah, because I only have randomly dropped a little bit of singles for this 3 years, and I've always wanted to.
But I mean, 3 years is not that bad though.
Another album, but it took so
much longer. There's a band I listened to that didn't drop an album for almost 10 years, so.
And I want them to feel excited for the new chapter. So,
and he even dropped singles too.
I wanted to share the kind of excitement with them.
The title Prema comes from the Sanskrit for love. Your previous album titles are kind of like messages, I guess, for an ideal world almost. How would you say that this title kind of connects with those titles and also the general message that you want to share as an artist?
My first previous albums, my 2 previous albums, title also related to kind of Hindu philosophy, and Prema is also kind of related to Sanskrit and Hindu kind of culture, and it's totally like connect with each other in my own world, but it's not very obvious.
In my own world.
So I always knew that.
I'm thinking about the Hachiko video, and I'm thinking, is that
album, the title will be Prema. I wanted to be 100% love, like pure love, like a little bit higher kind of love, rather than just a relationship between man and woman or something. I don't know, but I always wanted to feel that kind of love, like higher love, like spiritual kind of love inside of me. So it's very important for me to call this album Prema.
You turned 28 recently, but you said on Instagram that you are going to remain 27 until the album's out.
Yeah.
What is the significance of your 27th year to this album?
I basically love the number. Yeah, it's my third album, and I also wanted it to be like solid 9-tracks album, and like 3x9 would be 27.
Yeah.
There is also a term called 27 Club, right? Yeah. Amy Winehouse is a part of it. I imagine like, wow, if this third album is gonna be my last, what kind of songs do I want to put or make for the album? So I also felt like it.
You're gonna make people sad if that's your last album.
27 whole years to even make this album, not only 2 or 3 years, but yeah, my philosophy, my spirituality, took my whole life to kind of realize that. So yeah.
One of the songs on this album is Forever Young, one of my favourite songs on this album as well.
Wow.
The last song I think that you wrote for it, and the last song you decided to go on the album. What was it about that song that you thought it had to be on the record?
You mean Forever Young?
Yes, yeah.
Oh wow. During the tour, Asia tour, I visited Bali Island, and I don't know, that energy that island had somehow inspired me, that kind of song, like melody. I always want to find some good closing track for the album. I wanted it to be optimistic and kind of a little bit nostalgic, and definitely with a summer feeling, because I always wanted to make a summer record. So yeah, when the chorus melody came,
well, there you go. The next album, a summer record.
Yeah, I thought it would be a perfect track, perfect closing track for the album. Yeah, I just felt that.
Obviously, you've got a lot of big achievements in your career so far, and one of them was last year when you played 2 sold-out shows at the Nissan Stadium. You played there before, of course, in 2021 to no one as part of a live stream during the pandemic. What was the experience of those 2 very different events, I guess, at 2 different points of your career? Like, how did they compare to each other?
Yeah, that one in 2021 is so long ago. I don't even remember that live performance. Yeah, but I felt like it was like making a video for cover video for YouTube or something. I've always did that. Yeah, making cover video alone in my room. Yeah, so I didn't feel lonely or anything. But last year, I finally couldn't meet my friends. I made my brothers and sisters in the very big room. So that is definitely one of my favorite shows that I've ever done. So very summer, feeling good outside. So I really love that experience.
Where do you go from here when Prema is released? Like, what is the next kind of achievement for you that you want to kind of gain? What do you want to do and explore musically as well, I guess?
hopefully
A summer theme album. There you go.
I can make
Someone
one more
tell
English
Fujikaze this.
album. Definitely, yeah. Because only 9
Go,
tracks
summer theme
is
English
kinda
album. There you
sad. Yeah, I want to make another album.
Just like I said in the
hopefully
beginning, it's not
in
that
English.
sad.
I don't know about the future though. Yeah, I hope God leads me somewhere.
Yeah.
I kind of leave it to him and do whatever you want me to do or something. Yeah.
Smart. Well, we'll find out, I guess, in the future then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Kaze. It was really great to speak with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that was a very informative interview. I really enjoyed learning more about Fujikaze's thought process when it came to his music and what he thought about his career. Very interesting. And it's things that I've always heard before from artists, being lost and then they don't know what to do next. And it's really amazing to see how he wanted to go ahead and take that step forward and make an album only in English. So that was really cool. And that kind of reminds me because I recently did a reaction to Sheena Dingo's new song, Shiho, I think that's what it's called. And she sang that song completely in French. So I think Japanese artists should do this if they're feeling lost. Maybe try making a song and singing it in a new language. That could be an idea to open a new path in their career. But one thing I really enjoyed was learning more about his influences. I kind of knew a little bit that he liked Michael Jackson because somebody showed me a TikTok where I think someone interviewed him and he said that Michael Jackson was one of his influences. And that's really cool because I can really get that kind of vibe from his music. Hige-san doesn't really listen to American pop music, but Michael Jackson's probably the only American pop artist that I listen to. So I was amazed when I heard that Michael Jackson is someone that inspired his music. And I know I said earlier I was gonna talk about something, but in all honesty, I forgot what I was gonna talk about. I should have paused the video at that point and gave my explanation, but I just can't remember. I completely forgot. But when it comes to his English, I was very impressed with his English pronunciation, his sentences. Like I mentioned, they were a little bit more detailed than just your normal basic sentences. And I really liked those parts where he was thinking of saying something and then he brought it back and gave more in detail, like a more in detail answer. And I was really impressed by that because that's not something that's at a normal basic English level. And like I mentioned, I don't know if his way of speaking, like his manner of speaking is that way, like very calm, relaxing, takes time to answer. So I don't know if that's because he was speaking in English and he was being more careful about what he was saying. And actually, I don't even know if they edited the video when the interviewee asked him a question and if he took time to answer. But if it wasn't like a cut and he knew immediately, that's impressive as well. But yeah, no, his English is phenomenal. He could sing very well in English. He can speak English very well. Yeah, Hige-san sensei approves. But if you have a recommendation of other Japanese people doing interviews in English, and if you want me to check those videos out, please let me know in the comment section. 皆さんどうだ？コメントしてみましょう。またね。